In this session, we'll discuss importing modules and sys.exit function. So import in Python is similar to the hash include header files which we use in C or C++. The Python modules can get access to code from other modules by importing the functions using this import statement. So the syntax for the importing modules are: you need to call first the import keyword, then write the name of the module. You can also call more than one module at the same time by just separating it to commas. So let's see some examples to understand this better. So let's go to the MU editor. Suppose we want to write a program where I want to generate some random numbers. So to generate the random numbers, we don't have to write a program. We can use already existing functions. So the module which has this function is random. So random is the name of the module. So to import the module, use the keyword import and then write the name of the module. Now within this random module, there are various functionalities which you can observe by just putting this doc. So these are the various functions which are within this random module. We want to call rand int function in order to generate the random numbers, and the rand int function has to, as you can see here, once you start typing the opening braces, you can see the functionality of this function. This function randint can have two arguments a and b which specify the endpoints for generating the random numbers. So suppose I write here 1 comma 10. So that means this function will generate a random number, one random number anywhere in the range of 1 to 10. So if you want to view this, just give print command and now run this program. So you can see that a random number was generated called as 10. Now let's execute it again. This time the random number generated is 4. Execute it again. This time the random number generated is 7. So basically this randint function generates a random number anywhere between this number 1 to 10, and this randint function is within the module random, which can be accessed by using the import keyword. So if suppose we want to use more than one module, we can give it in a single line like this. Suppose I want to use another module called as sys. So just separate it with a comma, and let's see what all functions are there within this sys module. See, various functions are there. One function which we can use right now is exit function. So this exit function, what it does is it helps to terminate the program. So suppose I use this here. Okay, so this function, what it does is it helps us to exit from the program immediately. So let's run this. So you can see here, okay, there is one exit here as well. So let's understand what is the syntax of this. You just need to give, if you just specify, you don't need to give any arguments. Now let's execute this. So you can see that the print statement was not executed at all, because before that sys.exit function is called, which causes immediate termination from the program, and it gives a function system exit. Okay, now let's see another module called as math module. Import math. Now let's see what all functions are there within this math module. So these are some of the functions within the math module. So let's say I want to print the pi value. You just have to give a print math.pi. Run this program. You can see the pi value is generated. Another way of using the import modules is you can use the keyword from. This is another way of importing the modules. You need to call the keyword from and then specify the name of the module. Let's say I want to give math, and then you say import which function we want to use in that. Let's say I want to generate this pi, and you can also type here import as pi. Now when I print it, I don't have to specify math.pi, just give capital letter pi and it works. Let's execute this. See, so from import statement is another way of importing a module. So basically there are two ways. One is this first example, import module name, and the second one is from module name import, and you give this. So either of these two methods can be used, but the most common method is the first one. The advantage of going for the from method, from import statement, is you don't have to specify the module name dot function every time. You can see here in the first method I've used m.py. In the second method I have just used pi. So the advantage of going for from import statement is you don't have to specify the module dot every time, but the most common method is always the first one, as it gives more readability to the code. The next function that we are going to do is sys.exit. See, normally what happens is when a program is terminated, normally it goes till the bottom of the instruction. But suppose you want the program to terminate or exit for certain condition, then you can use the sys.exit function. Now this sys module, sys is actually a module and exit is a function. So you have to import the sys module before using the exit function. So let's take a simple example to understand this. So as you can see here, I have first imported the sys module, and now all these lines of code are within the while true. That means this is the infinite loop. So we have put these lines of code within an infinite while loop, and within this what we are doing is we are asking type exit to exit. We are giving a print instruction to the user. If you want to exit from the program, you just type exit, and we are using the input function. Input function, as we have seen already, it accepts an input from the user, and that would be given to the variable response. Next we are using a if condition to check if response is equal to exit. If it's equal to exit, then we are calling the sys.exit function. Now this function causes the program termination. Suppose this condition is not satisfied, then it comes to this print statement saying that you typed would be printed, plus this acts like a string concatenation. Response is whatever response was typed by the user, plus another string concatenation for concatenating a dot. So we are using string concatenation here 2 times. So let's see how this works. So now we are within the loop while true. Type exit to exit. So if you want to exit, you can type exit. Otherwise, suppose we type something else, that this value will be given to the keyword response, and then enter. So it is printing on the screen. You typed, what did we type? Some kj something, and then dot. Now again it is entering the loop again, because we are in an infinite loop. So it's again asking the user type exit to exit. So now let's say I didn't type anything, I just gave enter, and therefore the enter was taken as a space, and therefore it is saying you typed space dot. Now let's say again I type something, random numbers, which is not equal to exit. So you can see that we are continuously in an infinite loop like this. So if you want to come out of the loop for some or you want to terminate the program, then we have to type here exit, because that is the if condition that we have given. If response is equal to exit, then only it will call the system.exit function. So system.exit function causes the program termination. So now I have typed exit, and you can see that immediately sys.exit function was called, causing the program termination, system exit. So do try many examples like this in order to get a better feel and better understanding of these modules, which is very commonly used in Python. Thank you.